and welcome to Business Viewpoint Magazine. Today, we are joined by a leader who is redefining how real estate development shapes communities, lifestyle, and long term value. As the director of Bharat Realty Venture Private Limited, he brings vision together, discipline, and a deep understanding of urban growth to create developments that go beyond structures and truly serve people. His leadership reflects a balance of strategic foresight, responsibility, and purpose driven development, making him one of the most visionary leaders shaping the future of real estate development in 2026. Welcome to the show, sir.
Hi Khushbu, how are you?
I'm good, I'm good.
Thank you for having me here today.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay, so this is the first segment where I ask you questions about, the vision behind. So let's begin with your personal journey. What early experiences or influences shaped your interest in real estate and development?
So I'll tell you, I come with a family background who's been into generational business, into roads, highways, infrastructure business. Uh, that inclined my educational lineage towards civil engineering. I always wanted to build heavy engineering structures, learn how to build bridges. And when I did my undergraduate studies in civil engineering, did my master's in construction management, uh, worked abroad for a little bit, and then moved back to join the business, I realized there was more value in doing real estate, um, wherein you were not defined by certain rules and regulations and how things are built. Rather, you had a complete open canvas where you could design the building you want, you can give the look you want, you can plan the spaces which you need to create, depending on what the client requires. That kind of excited me, and that's when I started my journey into the space of real estate.
Amazing, amazing. So real estate is often seen as bricks and numbers, but impactful development requires vision. When did you realize that real estate could be a powerful tool to shape lives, communities, and future cities?
So we live in Bombay, and Mumbai is such a city which has been built so many years ago.
Yeah.
Old buildings are getting demolished, new structures are coming up. I see every home buyer has equal excitement. Let it be a
Correct.
small 1 BHK to a large, luxurious 5 BHK home.
Right.
Every family member gets involved. There's an emotional involvement and just the financial transaction that happens. So we saw that it's quite an exciting space where you're touching everyone's heart, and you are giving their dreams. So the tagline, as they say, stories for stories.
Right.
So that's what we want to live up to.
Amazing, amazing. Very well said. Every leader operates with a core philosophy. What guiding belief defines you as a leader? And how does it influence the decision you make as director of Bharat Reality Venture?
So we believe nothing can be half done. Everything has to be
Correct.
done to the T. Uh,
True.
and I keep telling people that just when you're designing, or when you're trying to finish the finishes, or when you're trying to finish a lobby for a unit, or a building project, or a commercial office building, just make sure how would you envisage yourself in the same space.
Right.
Until you are not 100% satisfied with all the ticks, the design is
Mm-hmm.
not. So every product we design, I personally it runs through my desk. I make
Sure.
sure that the brief is that we have to make sure I am comfortable if I was using this office, or I am comfortable if I was using this apartment.
Right. That's true. That's true. Okay. Building sustainability and meaningful real estate projects come with its own challenges. What were some of the most difficult moments in your leadership journey, and how did uh, how did those experiences shape you?
So I would say, as we work in the city, Mumbai city is where we
Yeah.
concentrate on. There are certain bylaws and regulations which we need to adopt, where there's certain way the products can be designed. The certain balconies that can be designed that restricts us from a lot of lot of aesthetics, a lot of design parameters which we can't really focus on. Every developer wants to give the best of the amenity, but of course the building product has to define and look different from each other. Otherwise, you'll see a same canvas with different similar structures. So we do find these challenges. We now and then we have some bodies like 𝘗𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗍 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗍 who've been interacting with the government officers and trying to get most of these in alignment with the today's world and the real estate development. And we are. I would not say that we are there, but we are trying to get the best from whatever they can support us on. And with every change, we are trying to improvise our designs to get there.
All right. Okay. So, as a director, you balance strategy, execution, people, and long-term planning. How do you personally manage these responsibility while staying focused on the growth and quality?
I think it's the team.
Right.
I think as a philosophy, we feel that you don't only need the most righteous person or the most educated person. I think you need the best person in the team.
Correct.
And then the things follow. So the briefs over the years, there have been some team leaders in the group who've been with the organization for 10 years plus. Maybe I would say from when we started this journey of real estate, which has been almost 25 years now. So with them, the whole flow of getting it right and getting the system in place has been focused on, and things have been working in that direction, and we've been successful so far in that direction.
Amazing. Okay. So the real estate sector is evolving rapidly with changing buyer expectations, sustainability demand, and regulatory shifts. How do you stay ahead of these changes while maintaining trust and consistency?
So we have a research team in the office who's been tracking the latest infrastructure. We realize with the infrastructure in the city, with post-COVID demands on the plotted developments outside the city, we also see where the tourism is growing. So we're trying to touch these three sectors largely. We're doing a hospitality project in Goa, which is a little different from the real estate and the redevelopment business in Mumbai. Again, close to the metros and close to the coastal roads, where we see the new infrastructure being developed, is where the land parcels are identified, where we pick up these projects either for redevelopment or sometimes lucky for open plot development. And as I said, Goa being tourism, we realized there was an opportunity to grab a hospitality project. We jumped into that area. We also looked into a development since our CM is Mr. Fadnavis is looking to create a third city, Mumbai third city. So we're trying to acquire large land parcels between Mumbai and Pune, which could help us the next growth sector. So we try to learn from the research which our team does on a daily basis.
Right. Okay. In your view, what truly differentiates a visionary real estate leader from a conventional one?
I think seeing beyond money.
Yeah.
There are conventional developers who would see what you've invested, what you're getting out of it.
Correct.
And times have changed. That's all I can say.
Okay. So if you had to define the essence of your leadership approach in one sentence, what would it be?
Make sure whatever you do it best.
Correct.
Money will come in. I mean, money is a byproduct and not the only focus.
Yeah.
Do a good building, do a good project, you will make the money and you will make the name.
Yeah, very well said. Okay, so the first segment is over. Let's move on to our next segment, that is rapid fire. This is more on vision, leadership, and impact. So, let's move into a quick rapid fire round. Short and spontaneous answers are required.
Sure.
Okay, one word that best defines your leadership style.
I would say balanced.
Amazing. A value that you never compromise on.
Integrity of the company.
One misconception about real estate development you would like to change.
I would say selling spaces and creating more values than just selling spaces.
Right. A daily habit that keeps you focused and disciplined.
Planning, planning, planning.
The most fulfilling part of being a real estate leader.
Most fulfilling part. Being a real estate leader. Let's say. That's all we always loved. I mean, that's all I always loved. So I'm always very happy of making a decision in this direction.
Okay, if not real estate, which field would you have explored?
I would still do some sustainable development in some rural place.
Yeah. Your personal leadership mantra in one line.
I'll show you. I don't know if you can read that. It says,
Oh,
"Lead with
nice.
excellence to be the topmost brand, offering the paramount creations."
Amazing, amazing. Okay, with that, let's get to our next segment. In just 1 minute, what is the most important lessons you believe aspiring leaders should learn if they want to shape the future of real estate responsibly and successfully?
I think things are changing every decade, or
Yeah,
maybe decade is getting even smaller every
yeah,
5 years. It needs to everyone needs to be on top of the game. Um, there are young minds who have a lot of new ideas, and
right.
we need to be open to that. Every time we cannot be thinking this is how it used to happen and this is how it will happen. So we need to change every few years from what's new. We need to adapt to the new things, from the old Nokia phones to iPhones, I would say. And same is happening in real estate. So keep
Yeah,
changing. Change is the only constant.
change is the only constant. True. With that, let's move on to next segment. That is the future of real estate and urban development. So, looking ahead, what major trends do you believe will define the future of real estate development in India and globally?
So I would say we see a lot of the HNI, the high net worth individuals, moving out of the city. Uh,
Correct.
they're aspiring to have second homes in different countries, and as the businesses are expanding, we see geographically people having uh, multi homes in different cities,
Yeah,
and they are spending less than 3 months, 4 months in each city, and are moving. So everybody become a global citizen now.
yeah,
That's one segment. But having said about India, I think the way the infrastructure is being built today, the cities are being connected. I think cities are getting. I mean, the locations between the cities are growing much faster. The
yeah,
two-tier, three-tier, are no more two-tier, three-tier. They're growing much faster. There is huge demand on tourism. There is a huge demand on uh, pilgrimage tourism, I see. So I think there's lots which is there in our country to offer from real estate standpoint, from the tourism to the offices, to data centers, to the residential. Every bit is growing in their own space. So I think there's huge demand for India for right now.
right. All right. Okay. So, how is your leadership vision aligning with your company to adapt, innovate, and contribute meaningfully to this future?
So we are largely concentrating on Mumbai city, which we see is this process of redevelopment has taken up very aggressively in the city. All the new buildings, all the areas where the buildings were built last 50 years back have been knocked down and the new buildings are coming up. And this process, I feel, is there for the next 50 years. So I think the
Right.
company can keep functioning very well by just redeveloping these policies, as in before 50 years, which used to be only a 7-story building with a certain FAR, is doubled. Now it's become 4 times, and
Mm.
over the next 20 years, it will become another 5 times or 6 times. So you'll see vertical cities. So Mumbai will be changing to a vertical city. There is lots of work.
Yeah. Okay. One last question. What role do responsibility, sustainability, and long term thinking play in your approach to development?
I think it's very important. We want to make sustainable developments. Cities, cities sometimes we need a lot of support from the government. It can only happen
Yeah.
with the support of the government. When there is government support, you can have great infrastructure. Buildings can be more sustainable. However, with larger layouts and the buildings, we're trying to make building as sustainable as possible with the solars and the STPs and the rainwater harvesting. We're trying to make sure the usage of water and sewage treated water and a lot of other things are taken care to minimal natural resources are safe. That's what we're trying to work on.
Okay, all right. With this, we are done with the interview. Dhaval, thank you for sharing your journey, leadership insights, and vision for the future of real estate development. Your perspective highlights of how thoughtful leadership can create lasting impact, not just through projects, but through trust, responsibility, and vision. Okay, so we'll be back soon with more inspiring conversation featuring leaders who are shaping industries and redefining success right here on Business Viewpoint Maxi. Thank you, Dhaval. Thank you for being our guest.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.